this shit out of here. Okay, I'm not waiting another... Oh, okay, it's already 5 o'clock anyways. Okay. Music. Aha! Yeah, you'd think that after being gone for so long, I'd have way more highlights. But, oh no, my brain turned off and I don't remember anything. But Godzilla and Kong came out last night, so I'm like, okay, I'll put those there, I guess. And then Warhammer, I guess. Anyway, hi everybody! Hello! It's been a while. But I'm here now. How's everybody doing? How's everybody? I'm finally settled in, ready for the new semester. I've got way more time on my hands than I did last semester. I was much more busy, had more classes. Now it's like I can do, guys, it's insane. I have 4 classes this semester, but 2 of them are completely asynchronous, so I don't need to show up or schedule anything. And then 2 of them are just Zoom classes. One is just on Monday and Wednesday, and then the other one's just on Wednesday. It's crazy. Oh, is it super loud? Okay, hold on, let me... Whoa, the response time is crazy. You gotta love low latency. I can do low latency now because my computer is sick. There we go. Sorry, I couldn't tell. But, yeah, I've got a lot more time on my hands. And speaking of that, we all know that I stream on Thursdays. But like I said, now I have way more time to schedule maybe streams on other days of the week. And... what is it? It's... since I have more time, I can schedule different streams. Or at least on different times of the week. Because one thing I noticed is that every time I schedule streams, I see like 4 or 5 people be like, oh shit, man, I really want to be there, but I can't because I'm going to be busy or whatever. So, maybe after this stream, I'll put up a poll, and I will see what time of the week people would rather streams, because I want to stream when people can actually, you know, join. But that's kind of the whole point. But it's been so long since we streamed, I figured... Bye! See, people are busy on Thursdays, so I should probably find a better time of the week to stream, because now I actually have the ability to. So with that, it's been a while since we've streamed. We streamed... It wasn't a Monster Hunter stream, was it? No. It was either Monster Hunter or animating. That was our last stream, like 3, 4, 5 weeks later. Now we're back. I don't want to jump into Monster Hunter right away, mostly because I have no idea what I'm doing. So, I just figured we could just sit here and catch up and talk about what happened, what cool thing. Just, it's that stream that I've been talking about that I kind of want to do. Where I'm like, we can do streams where we just sit here and do literally nothing. People in the chat can just bring up random topics, and then we just pull them up on screen and chat about them, do whatever. We can do literally anything during this stream. Anything. You just gotta mention it and we'll talk about it. I just have this up because high chances we're gonna be talking about figures. That's like the only other thing I do aside from animating. Wait a minute. Okay, good. I got a new headset and it has a microphone on it, but I was making sure that my audio's still coming from my Blue Yeti. My Blue Yeti, which is silver. My silver Blue Yeti. Oh, I'm definitely still doing my Monster Hunter streams, just not today. And I want to see when people are actually going to show up for them, because, like I said, a lot of people are usually busy on Thursdays, so it'd be better to pick a better day of the week to do streams then. What are my thoughts on Minus One? I mean, you could... The movie? Oh, okay, the movie. I was going to say the movie or the figure, but then you said don't spoil anything, so it was kind of obvious. Yeah, that's actually a good thing to start with. Just talk about Minus One. because we're Godzilla fans, right? Minus One. Holy shit. Awesome movie. Oh, wait, can you hear my audio from my phone? No. No, you can't. Let me get rid of that. Minus One was... It felt so surreal. To walk into the theater... Actually, no. Okay, I'm gonna restart. To the day it happened. Yeah, it's not just a good Godzilla movie. It's just a good movie, period. Like, take the fact that you're a Godzilla fan out of consideration. Because when you're a Godzilla fan, you're going to look at a Godzilla movie and go, oh, this is the coolest thing ever. It's like how you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan. You're going to go watch the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and think that's the greatest thing ever. Take that out. Say you're not a Godzilla fan. You don't care. You see those Monsterverse movies and you go, the hell is this? I'm going to go back to whatever I watch. That's cool that exists, I guess, or whatever. Pretend you're one of those people that just does not care. You will love Godzilla Minus One. It is a good movie in the grand scheme of cinema. It is a good film. Not just a fan catering flick for 2 hours. It is an actual movie. So let me explain. Why don't I just get like a picture of Minus One or something? Godzilla Minus One. Just... The fuck is this? It outshines the Apple TV series! That'll do. That'll do, donkey. Why don't I just... Ooh! Actually, wait, that's fine. It's in streamer mode. Let me just, do that. Okay, it's a web page. There we go. I can't zoom in. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Which song? I don't know. I'm using the Lo-Fi Girl live stream right now. Whatever one's playing right now on Lo-Fi Girl is the one that's playing. I'm gonna do that right now before the song disappears. Let's see what it's called. It is... It's because Artori is asking. It's... I don't know which one's the name and which one's the artist. Maisolinua. M-A-I-S-O-L-I-N-U-A. Maisolinua. And then it's either the... I think this is the name of the song. A-S-A-E. Asai. I tried. I'm sorry. Maisolinua Asai. I have a feeling that this is a different language. But since it's just the Lo-Fi Girl thing telling you what the name of the song is, they have to just spell it in English letters. Maisolinua Asai. That's what's playing right now. Anyways, I got the picture. We're going to talk about Minus One. So here we go. Opening night. Kind of. Don't count the test screening, or don't count the fan screening. It's the regular opening night. Thursday night. I have a ticket for Godzilla Minus One for a specific theater. I can't drive. I did not want to Uber because I was low on money because I just finished Christmas shopping. I planned ahead of time. I checked the bus routes, made sure that I could do that all right because since I'm on campus and I'm a college student, I could free public transportation. I get on the bus. It'll take me like 40 minutes to get there just because of all the different stops and stuff, and halfway through, the bus stops at the bus station where I get off and get on another bus and do all this. Time was really running slow, or I mean, running out, and I'm like, oh shit, am I gonna miss this movie? I hope, but I better not. And then I make it to another spot where the bus stops and I'm supposed to get on another bus. I'm like, okay, I just gotta get on this bus, and then I'll be home free, I'll make it. That next bus shows up, and I'm like, oh, thank God it's here. I thought I was gonna miss the movie. And I walk up to the bus, and then the guy in the bus, after he lets everyone out of the bus, he closes the doors. Yeah, Minus One is still in theaters. It keeps getting extended. It's crazy. But, what happened? Oh, yeah. So the door's closed, and he turns off the lights in the bus, and I'm like, what the hell? And, like, I knock on the bus door, and he opens it up. And I'm like, hey, does this, bus head to the theater? He's like, yeah, not for another hour, though. And I was like, what? No, there's no fucking way. You're supposed to leave now, right? He's like, nope, I leave in an hour. So my Maps app lied to me. my heart sank. I was like, there's no way. I am going to miss my first Toho film in theaters because of the stupid bus schedule. I'm like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'll get paid eventually. I'll just buy an Uber. I'm super close anyways. So I bought an Uber. And I was like, okay, I'm so close to making it. Time is really running slim, but if I like really hurry this up, I'll make it to the movie in time. And then I got in the Uber. A lot of red lights. I was terrified. My legs were shaking in the car. I was horrified. Thankfully, I make it to the theater. I tell the guy in the car thank you, and he drives off. And I sprint into the theater. Immediately go up to a desk that had a guy there. And he's like, hi, what movie are you here to see? I whip out my phone, show him the Fandango QR code. Hi, I'm here for this movie? Oh, sorry, you're looking for the other theater. I'm what? Yeah, you're looking for the other theater. It's over there. I went to the wrong theater. There's 2 theaters in the same area with the exact same name. They have the exact same fucking name. And what's even worse, remember how I said I was at a spot and there's that bus? I was waiting for the bus to pick me up there, and then like I had to knock on the door. It's like, hey, does this bus take me there? Because I was at like some center or whatever. Like there was a Best Buy and other stores there. That's the section I was dropped off at. That is exactly where the other theater was. It was right behind the building I was waiting at the whole time. Holy shit. I wanted to cry. But then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I checked the time, and it was exactly the time the movie starts. I'm like, it's 8 p.m. Well, shit. I'll miss the first 10 minutes or something, I guess. But fuck it. I wasn't gonna wait. I just bought a second Uber to take me right back to the place I was before. But funny enough, since it was so sudden of another Uber change, the exact same guy picked me up again. He's like, oh, welcome back. And I'm like, yeah, did you miss me? He got me in the car. He drove me right back to that place. The theater was there. I'm like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe the movie isn't... Maybe it hasn't started yet or something. I immediately run into the theater. Hey, I'm here to see this movie. I show them my phone. Like, oh, yeah, sure. Hallway down to the right, room number 13 or whatever. And I'm like, holy shit. Thank you. I've made it to the theater. Godzilla Minus One is about to happen. I go up to the concession stand. I go, do I have time? Or should I just watch the movie? And just say, fuck it, because the movie's more important than the drinking popcorn. So I sprinted down the hall to find the Godzilla Minus One showing. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down and watch the movie. It's probably already started. Thankfully, I see a trailer. A trailer about some movie of some, like, 3 old white women in their 60s making jokes that no one understands. And I'm like, holy shit, thank you, God. It's just the trailers. I was late, but I was late for the trailers. That was it. So I was like, okay, there's still hope. I immediately sprinted back to the concessions. Went, okay, quick, get me a large popcorn, and a soda, and a candy. And they're like, okay, sure. And that guy made me that popcorn in like 8 seconds. And then... people getting old. I'll never do that. Yeah, so the movie was scheduled for 8 o'clock. But 8 o'clock isn't when the movie itself starts playing. 8 o'clock is when the trailers and the previews begin. I didn't know that for some reason. So I was so thankful. I got my popcorn and my drink and my candy, and I sped walked. I walked so fucking fast. And I made it. All of that stress and pent-up energy and fury at the world saying, fuck you, Psychronize, you're not gonna watch this movie. I made it. The previews were still going. I had my stuff. I could just sit down, take a breather, internally cry, and go, okay, I can watch this movie now. And then while the trailers are playing, all of a sudden, after one of them finishes, the Toho logo just appears on the screen, dead silent. And I froze. I was like, oh my god, here we go. It begins just like all of those classic Toho movies. The movie begins, just blue screen, Toho symbol, Toho scope. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm not going to go into the movie because I don't want to spoil it. But it is an easy contender for the greatest Godzilla film of all time. Wait, there was a thunder jump scare. What happened? That wasn't me, was it? I will say this though, I'm not spoiling the movie, but I could tell the rest of the audience, the room was loaded, by the way. It wasn't just like me and maybe 5 other people. It was a lot of people, and I could tell they were all Godzilla fans. Maybe like 3, 4 people weren't, and they were just there with their spouse or whatever, but I had no idea there were so many big fans in my area. And it was a live theater, as in, funny shit would happen, the whole theater. It's like, what the fuck? Godzilla doing atomic breath stuff. Everyone goes, oh, here we go. Movie ends. Cheering. Applause. It was an experience that I will never forget. Yeah, I didn't go to an IMAX one. I just went to a regular one, unfortunately. I did watch the movie 3 times, though. I'll talk about the story for the other 2, because the other 2 are kind of cool, too. At least the second one. Third one isn't bad, it's just less eventful, I suppose. I always felt like I was the only Godzilla fan where I live. Yeah, Godzilla fans are like gene stealer cults. They live underground, and no one sees them. And then they all come together, and it's like, whoa, there's more of my people. Seeing Godzilla fans in public or in your ears, it's impossible. You never see Godzilla fans anywhere. It's such a lonely franchise. I love it when Godzilla movies, really any kaiju media makes the human characters more impactful than the kaijus themselves. Yeah, so I think that's a good way to lean into the story of my second viewing, where I watched it with my brother and my uncle. So I'm getting ready to get on the train to head back to home for the holidays. This train comes at like 3 in the morning because it's a night train. This sucks. But my uncle and my brother, well, my uncle, is like, hey, you want to go watch Godzilla Minus One? He is very supportive of the stuff I like, and he always loves to see me getting happy about this stuff. He's like, I want to see this movie with my nephew. And then I'm like, oh, I'd love to. Is my brother going to come with? He's like, absolutely. Neither of them are the biggest Godzilla fans. Not even just in general either. My brother's not the biggest Godzilla fan. I usually talk about it and he gets kind of annoyed. He's like, okay, can we talk about something else now? My uncle is really into films, but he loves the narrative passion and the story and the emotions that it gives you. And unfortunately, usually Godzilla movies don't give you that. Usually a Godzilla movie is more of an event than a movie. You're not going into the theater for a Godzilla film to watch a movie. The majority of the time, like 90% of the time. This movie was an exception. But the majority of the time you go into a theater to watch a movie, it's less that you're going to actually watch a film, and it's more like that movie ticket you just purchased was a ticket for a wrestling match. It was a ticket for an event. You're going to watch a fight. You're not in it for the story, or the plot, or the lore, or the emotions, or the heartbreak, or the feelings that movies should give you. You go there for the spectacle of Godzilla. But I knew Minus One was different. I watched it, and he wanted to watch it, and I said, you two are going to love this movie. And they're like, how? Like, what about this movie is going to be different? And I said, this one's actually a movie. And they're like, oh? I didn't want to go too much into it, because then it would start to go into spoil territory, but I said, they are characters. Oh, shit, Margot! Margot! Oh, no, wait. Margot returned. But, yeah, we went there. The movie played. I remember there was. Okay. This may seem kind of out of left field because I just lost all my momentum, but my brother's a huge One Piece fan, and just anime in general. Like, I watch anime too, but I only watch like maybe 2, and that's it. He is a big anime fan. He reads all the mangas, and then he gets excited for all the animes coming. He does all that stuff. There's a certain character in Godzilla Minus One where literally as soon as they showed up and spoke, I heard him say, he was like, no fucking way. And then after the movie, when I mentioned him about them, like, yeah, you said no, who is that guy? And he's like, he does a lot of voice acting in anime, like One Piece. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, I can see that. He sounds exactly like a fucking anime voice actor. He's got that specific character in his voice. So there was that. But come to the movie ending, they both thought it was the coolest shit ever. They loved it. I knew my uncle was gonna love it, but my brother loving it was insane. I was not prepared for that. He loved it. He said that is easily the best one. He thought Shin was the best one before this, then he saw this and he said this is the new best one. And then they were both like, when you told us the humans are actually characters, you kind of you kind of, they aren't just kind of better, they are the movie. The humans are the movie in Minus One. No, that's a good question. If they make a sequel, what is it going to be called? And I think an important thing to look at is the title of the movie. There's the times where they write it, like where they write -1 with letters, but then there's -1 when they use the number. And it isn't just -1. It's specifically -1.0. What do you think that means? That's gotta mean something. The fact that it isn't just -1, it's -1.0. Or is it just like a Hideaki Anno nod, where it's like Evangelion 2.22? You cannot just tell us what the fuck this means. Not in parentheses. Godzilla -1.1. You cannot survive. Oh, shit. But anyways, yeah. And then we talked a lot in the car. We talked about how spot on it conveyed what Japan was like at that time and stuff like that, and how it showed the war from their perspective. And then we talked about how they actually weren't all innocent. Yeah, we went a lot into World War II fun facts, where, yeah, we bombed them, but, ooh, they aren't innocent. They did stuff too. But now you're getting into, now we're not talking about Godzilla anymore. Now we're just talking about the real world. And yeah, first viewing of -1 was a hell just to have happen, but it was so relieving to finally make it. Second viewing, I got to show it to people, and they thought it was amazing. Actually, wait a minute, rewind. After I watched it the first time, I got back to my dorm, and I immediately called my mom. I immediately called her. I didn't know if she was even, like, awake, but I just called her anyways. I don't think she picked up. But then I actually got into my room, and then she called me back. And she's like, "Hey son, how are you? Why'd you try to call me or whatever?" And I'm like, "I just saw the new Godzilla movie." She's like, "Yeah, what'd you think?" "You need to watch it immediately." At this time, we didn't know Godzilla -1 was getting extensions. For all we knew, it was going to stop being viewed on the 6th of December. So I was like, "You need to watch it now." "Oh, yeah, sure." Turn it down. There we go. Healthy portions. Oh, wait, I can just see how much it is. No, I don't want that. I want... There we go. I want... No. Fuck, what was I saying? Mom, you need to watch this movie. We did not know that it was going to get extension, so we just thought it was going to end on the 6th. So I'm like, "You need to watch this before it disappears." And she's like, "Okay, I will watch it literally tomorrow. I will get your sister, and we will watch it." I'm like, "Awesome, you will love it." And then she calls me back the next day. She's like, "Holy shit." She called me back when she was in the car with my sister. And like, we just watched the movie. My sister's not a Godzilla fan either. She was in the car. She was like, "That was a good movie." Seeing everybody watch this Godzilla movie and think it's awesome, not just because they're like, "Oh, Psychronize likes Godzilla, we gotta like it too." They liked it on their own behalf, which was nuts. I knew my mom was gonna love it too. She likes Godzilla. Not as much as me, but not counting myself, I think she's the biggest Godzilla fan I know. My mom, it's gotta be. In person. There's like people online that are like, yeah, but I mean like in person. She is the biggest Godzilla fan I know. That isn't me. So I knew she was gonna love it. But yeah, third viewing, I just went with my friend and his wife. And I was like, "Guys, we gotta watch this movie." Like, "Okay, hell yeah." And we went to go watch it, and they thought it was sick as hell. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, you gotta get on that. I know this movie keeps getting extensions, but that's not gonna last forever. And I can't wait to get it on Blu-ray because I like owning movies on DVD instead of just owning them on streaming. Oh, but Psychronize, you could just stream it and then now you have the movie. Just wait till it comes out. Yeah, but if they take it off, then I don't have it again anymore. I mean, Godzilla film, any Godzilla movies besides 54 Shin Minus One could be considered actually good films. So I think the other Godzilla movies are good. Like, they're not bad. I watch them and I enjoy them. I watch it, I smile, I feel good. That alone already means it's a good film. It does. As long as you enjoy it in some way, it's a Godzilla movie. Or it's a good movie. If you watch it and enjoy it, that's good. Maybe in a different way. Very completely different way. Maybe it's trying to do something completely different. But it's still a good movie if you're enjoying it. But, yeah, I love Terror of Mechagodzilla. That is probably... I was going to say number one, but, like, no, that might not be true. It's definitely in my top 3 favorite Showa films. Terror of Mechagodzilla, I love it. It's such a cool movie. It's the most aesthetically pleasing roster in the Showa era for me, too. Godzilla, Mechagodzilla, specifically his second one, where he's darker, leaner, a blue thing on his arm, and Titanosaurus. Holy shit. What a way to go out with the Showa era. I love Titanosaurus. And I know Marco does. I see you. That movie has boobs, too. How can you not like Terror of Mechagodzilla? Terror of Mechagodzilla is the boobs movie, and then Space Godzilla is the butt movie. Which one are you taking? But anyways, what was I saying? Something about movies and being good. Oh, right. Godzilla movies and like, oh, they might be doing something different. Shin is the thigh movie. There are a lot of shots in Shin Godzilla where it's like you're looking up at Shin, like from an upwards camera angle, but his legs are just so fucking huge that his thighs take up half the screen. Like, there's the shot where the helicopters are shooting him in the face, and his thigh is just half the screen. And then there's the one where it's nighttime and he's stepping on that building, and his leg is half the screen. There's the shot where he kicks the bridge, and they're watching him walk through the river, and his leg is 90% of the screen. He ate too many Krabby Patties. Shin, don't eat all those Krabby Patties. What, am I gonna explode? No, it'll get to your thighs. My chins? I made a pog face, if you guys didn't know. Do you think Minus One is meant to be the start of a new movie series? Also, do you hope so? So, in terms of that, I don't think Minus One is supposed to be the beginning of a new series or timeline, but I think they made it possible because that was definitely a consideration. They go, is this movie going to do good enough to the point that it's its own timeline? They make it so it's its own solo film, but still open up the possibility to more films in this universe. That's what I think they're doing. They go, if we want to make more movies, we now have the ability to. But if we don't want to or can't, this movie still works as a solo film. Like Shin. Like Shin. Shin opened itself up to have more movies, but it didn't get another one. but it didn't focus so hard on trying to tease a sequel that now that it's a solo film, it seems awkward. It still works as its own solo film, even though it didn't get that sequel that it made possible to exist. Psychronize, this is a tad off topic, but could you please make more stop motions? I would love to. I get the gist of it now. I have all these articulated figures. I might as well do something with them. They aren't cheap. I can make some content with them, pay them off. Speaking of figures and content and paying them off, we have another thing we can get into. This one won't be like this minus one thing. It's like 8 seconds. Ko-Fi, my donation page or whatever. Look at that, everybody. We're at 93%. Because some absolute god. Is that thunder really from me? What the hell? Is it just... What is it? What's that thunder noise? I just hit my mic there, but I don't think I hit it before. Anyways, if the thunder happens again, just say rain, go away. But, yeah, we're at 93% of our goal. As soon as that reaches $110 or whatever, I don't know how much money specifically is needed, but... Oh, shit. What was it? When I finished watching Minus One with my uncle and brother, we walked out, and it was super, like, foggy or whatever, and the sky was great, and it was the exact same, like, setting that the end of the movie has. And I'm like, oh shit, am I in the movie? Also, my mom's ringtone for me is Godzilla's theme, and right after she watched Minus One, since I tried to call her, she finishes that movie, she's traumatized in a good way, immediately walks out, and then just in her car, and she's like, oh my god, he's coming! Resolution? Oh, Elegy is where it's at. Elegy is such a... I heard a noise. Zigma? Hold on. I can't read it. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. Doesn't it pop up in the chat? Yes! It does! What the hell is that blurry symbol? Streamlabs does not make that work. Hold on. I'm opening up the stream on my phone, because I thank everyone who donates. What is that weird-ass symbol for Ko-Fi bot? Anyways, thank you, Zigma, for the donation. We are now at 98%. We are so close. And once that reaches up... Let me refresh the page then. Oops. There we go. Look! Now it's at 98%! Oh, look at what Zigma did! Oh, that'd be pretty fucking cool if someone just, like, did that again. And then we reached 100%. Because you know what that means. That means... Oh, I already have Haya Ghidorah. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. I already have him and he's sick. He is waiting right over there on top of my wardrobe. Because he's not fitting on my figure display with everything else. He's not fitting. He is absolutely humongous. He's right there on my wardrobe. He's on my wardrobe, not my figure display, because he's way too fucking big. There's no space. But he's here, and he's ready for a review. We just need that. It's so close. I can barely even see the end of it anymore. It's almost like it is full. Ugh. Don't feel inclined to. I don't want to do that. It's just if you can, might as well. Oh, I can absolutely do figure reviews. I wouldn't do this if I couldn't. 8%. But if you can't, you don't have to. If you can, but at the same time, you'd be like, oh, but then I can't, like, don't do that. Only do it if you want to. But I can absolutely do figure reviews. That's what the whole point of this is. Once that goal is reached, hire a Ghidorah review. That's what the goal's for. If the goal's filled, then I make a video review. I want to do figure reviews. I'm very enthusiastic about figures. I might as well review them, because clearly I know a lot of my stuff. Same with the stop motion thing. Like, I have figures that can move. I might as well utilize that movement for content. It seems pretty obvious, right? And so there's that. That goal is almost fulfilled. Hire Ghidorah review. Then I gotta think of a new goal. I gotta think of another goal to put. Probably one that's less high. Yeah, hire Ghidorah stop motion would be kind of hard. But not impossible. I could probably do it. If I can animate Ghidorah in Source Filmmaker. Actually, no, that's way fucking easier. Never mind. It's way easier, but more time consuming. Or maybe it isn't. No, stop motion's still way more time consuming. But long story short, I could probably animate Ghidorah if I wanted to. It would suck, but I could do it. If anything, for the Ghidorah review, I'd probably just do those like TikTok style videos I make for my YouTube shorts and my Instagram. I just do that, just like a cool, like, funny skit at the beginning, and then get into the review. I did see the GXK New Empire Japanese trailer. It was all the exact same stuff, but one cool shot at the end of Godzilla, not with a gross design, where it actually is just normal-ass Godzilla at the end of the trailer. And I'm like, oh, well, that debunks that. He's gonna be like that. Son Goku Legendary Super Saiyan, that would be a goal. Yeah. What if I said I have him too, though? I have that new Super Saiyan Goku. I call Monsterverse Godzilla Gilbert. I call Zilla Zilbert. Does that count? I call Zilla Zilbert because it's funny. Yeah, Atomic calls him Gilbert. This is true fact. I'm Psychronize and I approve this message. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm not too excited for this movie either. But I can also agree where I say I wish I was. I'm not hating this movie just for the sole sake of hating it. If I didn't care, I wouldn't be so passionate about my anger. I love the idea of American Godzilla movies, where the general public is recognizing them as people, or like characters, and they're getting popular, and they're getting fame, and people can see them now for what they are. But then they take that opportunity and go, let's make it like Marvel now, where weird, silly quips, random, like, let's make Godzilla this now. Guys, I went on DeviantArt like 3 days ago, and I saw this cool drawing that someone made where Godzilla had, like, he was built like He-Man, and by that I mean, like, they made him look the exact same, but they just, like, erased his stomach, and then, like, they made his spikes pink, and then, like, he's next to Kong, but then Kong has, like, a robot hand, and then they're, like, fighting in evil Kong, and it's like, whoa, I think we should make this movie. And they're like, you know what, write that down. That sounds genius. The new Godzilla design is definitely something. And it's unfortunate because not all of the design changes are bad. A lot of the changes, I forgot what his name is. He's the same guy who designed Mechagodzilla 2021 and Ready Player One Mechagodzilla. But yeah, he made the Godzilla Evolved design. I forgot what his name is. But anyways, there's more changes to the design than just the stomach and the spikes or whatever, but like the fact he's pink and that his stomach's gone, there's other changes to the design. And for the most part, I like those. Like, hey, we need you to design a new transformation for Godzilla. Like, we need you to make a power-up form for Godzilla. He's like, okay. Jared, that's right. That's his name. But, some of the choices he made, I think, are good for a power-up. Those extra spikes on his face on the sides, the ones on the top of his head. The overall shape of the spines, I think, is cool. It's like a perfect mix between the Doherty spikes and the Gareth spikes. I know a lot of people say that it's very quote-unquote obviously inspired by, end quote, the Millennium Godzilla design. I have a feeling that that's more just sheer coincidence that they look similar, more than we looked at the Mirugoji design and went, we want to make Monsterverse Godzilla look like that. I think it was more sheer coincidence that it kind of resembles Mirugoji. I don't know if they purposely did that. And a lot of people say it was absolutely obvious. But he's not green. I know there's that one shot where he looks green in the Hollow Earth, but like the scene where he breaks out of the ice, he's still charcoal black. His body is still charcoal black. And there's like that leaked toy, he has like a different skin color. His skin is still charcoal black. The lighting around him in different scenes might make him look like he's different, but he's still black. So he's not Mirugoji. I know Godzilla in the Mega Gears movie is very clearly green, but in Godzilla 2000, I'm pretty sure he's also green in that one. It's just so unbelievably dark that it might as well just be black. Like, he's super duper duper dark green. Or he is just charcoal and I have no clue. But, so there's that. His spikes are pink. Mirugoji's weren't. They were purple. Pink and purple are two different colors. The shape of the spikes, I can see that. But at the same time, I don't know if that was them going, let's try to make it like Mirugoji. I think it was just, let's try to make him more like the Gareth Edward once again. And then same with him breaking out of the ice. There's they very obviously took this from King Kong vs. Godzilla. And maybe they did. But I personally don't see it. If someone says that is a reference to him breaking out of the ice in King Kong vs. Godzilla, I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm not going to be like, you idiot, that's that. Like, no. Like, that's a logical assumption to make. Like, he's only ever done that once. And now he's suddenly doing it again. Like, yeah, that makes sense. But I think that's another just sheer coincidence thing. It's because it looks like crystals and ice are going to be a big part of this movie. I already know why, but I'm just keeping it secluded for people who don't know yet and don't want to know. Based on what the fans wanted, I think they were going for more of a red atomic breath. So, that's what this essentially is at this point. This new form is Monsterverse's version of powering up with the red spiral ray. And I think Godzilla needs that. He needs a power-up form. He needs his quote-unquote Super Saiyan. It's just, I don't know about the design we got. The subtracted stomach is such an odd choice. It's so weird. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Especially when the whole point is he's supposed to look bigger and buffer and meaner. But that's not what being buff means. There's a difference between having a smaller stomach and actually being bigger. If you take let's say hypothetically, Monsterverse Godzilla is fat and big and chunky. And he goes to the gym to work out and get a nicer body. More is going to happen than just his stomach getting smaller. If anything, it would probably stay a similar size and just compress. be tighter. His body will bulk. And say he's doing a workout to slim. Like, we want Godzilla to be slimmer. If you go to work out to get leaner, again, it's not just your stomach that just shrinks and goes away. Your legs will slim, your arms will slim, your pectorals will slim, your everything gets smaller. It's not just your stomach that disappears. With this new Godzilla design, everything is just as, if not even bigger, and then the stomach shrinks. Just the stomach, so it doesn't look right. Adam is a vor fetish like Godzilla eats one. He's a vor fetish like Godzilla eats one of the villains. Oh, what if Godzilla eats Scar King? Stomach restored. What if that's what happens? Like how we see him in the trailer, like trapped in that ice. What if he's just skinny because he's absolutely starving? And then as soon as he sees Scar King, he's like, buffalo flavored ape, and just runs over to Scar King. That's the scene in the trailer when he's sprinting. He just comes out of the ground and sprints at Scar King. Just football tackles him and starts eating him. No music or like dramatic camera shots. Just Kong's point of view. Just watching. Just watching Godzilla just pin Scar King on his face and just start fucking eating him. As you just hear Scar King like, Godzilla's like, shut up. And this goes on for like 13 minutes. No cuts or anything, just I'm so hungry. The associate of the evolved state is probably just made so more to. Okay. No, okay, I'm gonna read this chat. I don't mean to sound cynical, but if the evolved state for Godzilla was just made to sell. Oh, wait, no. I don't mean to sound cynical, but the evolved state for Godzilla probably was just made to sell for more toys. It most likely won't impact the plot and story in any interesting and memorable way. I think so too. I looked at that design and went, what the hell did they do? They gave him super weird He-Man proportions, gave him super massive bright pink spikes, and just did whatever they possibly could to drastically change the design. I looked at that and went, I don't think they made that for the movie. I think they made that so they can sell more toys. That is exactly what that is. That form, I don't think, is going to really change much in the movie. Aside from just the way he looks, so now you have another thing to buy on a Target shelf. Specifically a Target shelf, because I'm not buying a Monster Art to that thing. No cutoff fights, extended monster fights. Sorry, I'm eating. Does he mean like literally at all? Or does he just mean like the main fight isn't gonna have cuts? Because there's a flashback scene where it just shows it for a little bit and then they cut away. I am immediately proving everyone wrong. And I'm going, guys, look, is this not a fight? And you're like, yeah, but well, did it cut away? Yeah, but then there was a cutaway. It's like how they said that in GVK. There's gonna be a full uninterrupted fight. That was not true. I'll give him credit though. The amount of attention we got without the camera cutting was a lot. We got a lot of uninterrupted fighting in GVK, but saying there were no cutaways at all is just lying. That's not true. There were cutaways. I have no doubt that the fights are going to be sick in this movie. Bye, Zigma Zoom Zoom Zoom. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you Zigma? Oh shit, you might be. Thank you. I'll see you next week, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna reschedule. I'm gonna see when I can make the next stream, because clearly Thursdays usually don't work for people. So, we'll figure out a better time to stream. But for right now, this is just this. Sorry, I don't want to laugh too loud because I'm still in a dorm hall and I don't want to piss people off. I'll only genuinely laugh if I can't stop. Like, if it's unintentional. Like, when I was making that joke of Godzilla fucking eating Scar King as he just limpishly flails around helplessly as this giant fucking bulked up reptile shreds him to pieces. I got food prior to the stream because I knew that the cafeteria was going to close by the time the stream ends. So I'm like, okay, I got to get food now and I can just eat it during stream. So I predicted the next Godzilla creepypasta, just Godzilla eating everyone. Godzilla versus Mothra. Godzilla fires the atomic breath at her, and then she flies over to the egg, and then like she hides it under her wing, and then she dies. Godzilla runs over, just starts fucking eating her, just rips her wings apart, eats them, but then spits them out because there's like no nutrition in them. Takes off her head, starts eating it from the inside out. Then the Mothra larvae hatch, and they're like, oh my god, Mom, no. And then Godzilla like takes his head out of the husk of her head, just turns around, his face is covered in bug flesh. Just like, you're right. He sprints at them, body slams one of them just to paralyze him, and then chases after the second one. Grabs it by the tail. Freaking Mario 64 swings it into the side of a mountain. And then while it's incapacitated and probably with its skull bashed, he just starts going to town. He feasts. Godzilla is the insatiable hunger. Just take every Godzilla film ever and replace his I'm going to fight you and like defeat you and like maybe make you fall into the ocean or retreat, and just replace that with I am hungry. Godzilla is hungry. Goes up to Ghidorah, rips one of his heads off. Ghidorah like steps back, he's like, oh no, my head! And he just watches Godzilla just sit down and start... He just starts slowly feasting on one of Ghidorah's heads as the other two just watch. And he tries to fly away and he shoots the wings. It's like, you are not leaving. I am hungry. Anyways, there's other things in this world to talk about. Godzilla's eating habits is not one we should stay on. That would be a way to sustain his size, though. He'd need to eat a lot of calories. Ugh. I guess we could talk about the monster arts, but I've been talking about that all day on Discord, and it's not fun, and it's boring, and it sucks. How often does Godzilla eat food? Adam will do anything. He will do anything. Except shave his beard. You know, I say that, he'll probably shave it. Yeah, he'll definitely shave it. It'll catch everyone off guard, though. I don't know if it's just gonna show up, like, one day in just some random, like, Monsterverse, like, post, like, hey, guys, I'm Adam Ringer, and just out of nowhere, his beard's gone. Or if there's actually just gonna be a Twitter post where he's just like, it's been removed. And then people are just like, whoa! Can Kong have his beard shaved? Or, I don't know. People are gonna find a way to tie it to the monsters some way. But yeah, we could talk about the new monster arts, I guess, but, like, I don't really want to. Like, okay, they're resculpts. Okay, whoop-de-doo. I don't care. I think they look good, but, like, hiya and whatever. I have tier lists, I get. I just have a bunch of tabs open for things that we can maybe talk about. Because, like, why not? I have two... Well, I have more tier lists, but I have two that I think people would actually care about. Kong... I guess he is. Wait a minute. Guys, guess what? Minus One is here now. My Monster Arts Minus One is here. Do you guys want me to just, like, leave for 2 minutes and then bring it back? Because my Minus One just showed up to the post office. I mean, you won't be able to see it, but you'll get, like, the ASMR experience of me opening a box and looking at it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be right back, and I'm gonna get my Godzilla Minus One. And I can maybe take pictures of it with my phone and then just put those pictures up on the computer screen so you can see what my figure looks like. Anyways, I will be right back to reclaim my prize. I will be quick, I promise. I'm back! Okay. Box. Yeah. What were you guys talking about? I don't work on it. Minus one merch, anything. Have you seen Evangelion? 6 episodes long. Okay, it's more than 6 episodes, but you got the point across that it's a very short show. Definitely enjoy it. Never mind. Psychronize jump scare. Okay, where's my knife? I need to open this big box. Let me get this up. Just for the sake of finding this clip easier when you watch this post-stream. Just put that right there because meh. It's a FedEx box. I got this from Nin Game. This is a very weird shipping box. Psychronize has defeated every shipping box he has faced. And this one is no different. Who's up monstering their ex right now? Oh, what was one? There was one I said recently that was perfect. Oh, what was it? It was... It wasn't Psychronize. It might have been. I remember saying, who's up psyching their knives right now? Okay, does that open it? It did! Ooh, the box looks cool. Unfortunately, I don't have a camera to do this right now. That'd be cool, though. Like, if I get a camera set up, or I can just have, like, a bird's eye view of, like, my table or something. Consider... You think we're psyching our knives after hearing Godzilla 4? I don't know, I gotta get the box out of the shipping box first. It's boxes and boxes. Okay, got it out. Now I must remove the bubble wrap. I see the microphone bar go up and down as I mess with the bubble wrap. Ugh. Let me just take a moment to admire the fact this box is in my hands now. SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2023. I love the white box. I can't see him yet. It's dark in there. Let me... Yeah, I guess. It's whatever. There were 12 people here before. That's the best. I'll take that. That's also because I threaten people to join. Let's get them out. Let's take this clamshell off. He has lost quite a bit of that spike on that one specific spot that most people are losing the spike on. It's that one specific... If you know what I mean, then you know. Actually, wait a minute. He's on my screen right now. I can just... How do I do this? Nope. Like that. Then I just do this. Wait for the thing to pop up. Hello. Do that. There we go. The spot that has been broken is... Oops. How do I pan? How do I pan? Oh, is it with this? Nope. Okay, fine. I'll just do it like that. Is... let me look at it again. That. I'd say about that much. No, hold on. There. The real question is, where is that part? Because if I can find that part, I could just glue it on and then I wouldn't care, but... it's like not even in the package. Maybe it fell. I think I saw something fall, but I was like, oh, is that just something on my table? But I didn't even open it yet. Maybe it's in the box? Let me move this. It is in the box! Oh, thank God! The little piece of the spike is still in the box. Oh, I can absolutely re-glue that. Granted, I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't be in the situation where I have to, but I still can. So that's a good thing. I shouldn't be in a situation where I have to fix my figures as soon as they come right out of the package. That does stink. I'll say that. But the other thing people actually care about is how the eyes look. Let me turn my lamp on. Well, they're both actually on his eyes. So there's that. I know people have been getting copies where it's like not even on his eye and it's like on his cheek. Okay, that is not a good light source. Let me change to this one. And then turn the original one off. Yeah, they're actually on his eyes. So there's that. That's good. The spike does suck. Usually when like a figure comes out and it's like, oh, this part's coming out, or like this little mini part got chipped off, and it's like, okay, who cares? That's a pretty prominent spot on his spikes. And it's like, okay, they probably could have designed the clam box better. I don't think this is an issue of the figure itself having like poor quality. That's whoever designed the clamshell to hold the figure's fault. They needed to make it so it could compensate for his freaky ass spikes. Like, okay, these things probably need a lot of clearance space. Let's do something about that. That's the problem. Accessories? No, he does not come with accessories. Unless you count the little piece of the spike I found as an accessory. He has no beam. I get why he doesn't have a beam. He doesn't need to have a beam. Beam is for the Atomic Breath version that we all know is going to happen. Minus One is going to get a ton of re-releases. Like, that's just a given. He's going to have one with blue spikes, and that one will have a beam. So that's what the beam is for. Spoiler stuff. I'm not going to say it because it's spoilers, but, like, there's probably one spoiler-related thing that they could add as an accessory in a different release. But aside from that, like, usually he doesn't need that many accessories. Hands, maybe. Like, again, I don't know if those are necessary. At least for this design. Different hands aren't really that necessary. But what else could they have given him? He does punch a boat, I guess. That's not really a spoiler because it's in a trailer, but he does punch a boat. So, like, maybe a fist, but, like, obviously, this stuff would be cool if we got it. Every new thing we'd get would be cool. But I'm thinking of, would they actually add it to the set? Like, would it make sense to add to the set? And again, there's like maybe one thing I could think of for at least this release. But most of the other things, I'm like, either you don't really need that, or he needs this, but I see it coming with a different release. Like a beam, that should be with the Atomic Breath version, stuff like that. Which is gonna happen. And hopefully it's not like GMK where they make an Atomic Breath version that doesn't have an Atomic Breath for some reason. That one was stupid. I will defend SHMA a lot of the time. That is not a time I will defend them. That is the dumbest thing ever. They made an Atomic Breath Godzilla 2001 and they didn't give him an Atomic Breath? Like, what the hell? Train Biter, yeah, I could see that. But, ooh, what if they make it like a city attack version? I was gonna name the city, but I don't know if that counts as a spoiler or not. But like specifically, like a different head that just has him with the train in his mouth, that'd be cool. I don't think it's necessary, but I would really want that. I think this may sound weird since he's like $140, but this is the quote-unquote budget -1. This is the as simple as it gets. It's just Godzilla and that's it. But then you add more money, and then you get the Atomic Breath version, which has blue on the spikes, and then Atomic Breath. You get the City Attack version, which has him maybe in a different color scheme, like maybe he looks more dusty from the building rubble, and then he has accessories like the Train Biter, and what else could he have? What else does he interact with? And he's already got the bendy toes. Maybe buildings? I mean, that'd be sick, but I'm thinking like, is that an accessory that they put in a Monster Arts set maybe? I don't know. Train Biter for sure. That's definitely worthy of being a Monster Arts accessory. Something that I'd see Tamashi go, hey, we should add this. Train Biter's a good idea. Oh, Final Battle one would be so cool. I can't go too much into it because that's spoilers, but Godzilla would look different. And the accessories he comes with would be pretty cool. If new releases come out that are... Actually, I wonder if I can contact Ninja. So, one problem... I imported this -1. The problem with importing is that customer service is way more difficult. In the sense that you probably won't get help. If I waited for the US release of this figure and I got it and then the spike broke, getting a replacement would be way easier. But it's an import, so I don't actually know if I can get this fixed or like replaced or not. But when the new -1 figures start to come out and they're better than this one, I'd most likely just replace it, but I need to think of something. I don't know. I was on the right track for something and then I just lost it. But yeah, new -1 comes out, I get that one. But I did just spend a lot on this one, so then what do you do with this one? Do you keep it? Do you repaint it? Do you sell it? Do you kit bash it? Do you what? What do you do with this one? I do really like this figure, aside from the fact that that spike broke, though. Like, the rest of this, I love. I think I got my money's worth here, except for the fact that the spike broke. That's dumb. I should not spend $140 for a figure that breaks before I even open it. That sucks. But aside from that, though, this guy is really good. His toes move. He's the first Monster Arts Godzilla with toe-ticulation. Articulation. Let me move this clamshell. And get Godzilla here on the table. Remember, I said I'm going to take a picture of him and show you guys. Open his mouth. The things I've been seeing of this figure are so black and white. There's the one half saying he is horrible. $140, breaking spikes, not acceptable. The other half are saying, holy shit, the sculpt is great. The new articulation is really nice. And that they finally have a -1 in their collection. And that he's one of the best ones of the year. I can definitely say that I love the sculpt of this guy. And I love the articulation. But let me see if I can get him in a real nice pose for you all. I can already tell I enjoy... I will say, though, he is very rough. In the sense that, not like, ooh, that's rough. Rough as in, like, literally rough. Like, the texture of his skin. He's very detailed. There's a lot of rough edges and texture to him. The Gamera line is worked on by a completely different team than the people that work on the Godzilla figures. That's usually how it works with this stuff. Like, the Monster Hunter figures, completely different set of people. Yu-Gi-Oh! That's a whole different set of people. And then there's Gamera. Those are different people. So there's the people that work on the Godzilla line, and then the people that work on the Gamera line. And hold on. Sorry. But yeah, that Gamera figure's fucking sick. I have it. I love him. I will say he's very lacking in articulation. And I know it's because he's a turtle or whatever, but like, okay, whatever. He still can't move. Yeah, he's a turtle, I get it, but he still can't move. Doesn't change the fact he can't move. But my lord, I love him. He's the only Gamera figure I will ever need now for the rest of my life. Because he satisfies all my needs for Gamera. Looking good and having stuff I want him to have. But where was I saying before the Gamera thing? Something about Godzilla. Something about posing him. Anyways, let me whip out my phone. Let me get my microfiber cloth to make my screen look nicer. There, right there. Right there. Let me take a picture of the spike. Camera focus, please. Thank you. And then the face, because that's the other thing people care about. Usually when it's like this, I can see things that I couldn't already see either. Because my eyes can only see some things. But once you get it on the camera, that's when you get to really see the truth. Like with my Haya Godzilla, for example. He looked fine when I was holding him, but then I took the picture and I'm like, oh yeah, those eyes are not the best. Let me take one of him in another pose. And like that. Look at it this way. Something had to break. Would you rather be the tip of... Well, okay, that's a pretty big chunk of the spike. That, or like a full-ass limb. Because that would suck. Either way, nothing should be breaking, but it happens. Let me get my camera app again. I stay critical about a product's quality, while at the same time not just shitting on it to shit on it. get all negative and crazy and super hyper dramatic for content. I will point out the errors, but also make sure to give credit where it's due, which is like, for example, the rest of this thing is absolutely fucking gorgeous. And the spike breaking and the $140 doesn't 100% completely negate that. It is super sexy. They dock points, absolutely. But it's not like, remove those problems, it's now perfect figure. Add those few problems, and now it's F. It's like subtracting points on a test. Taking pictures. Have you made any progress on that Godzilla vs. Titanosaurus animation? No, but I'm still gonna work on it. That's what next animation stream will be. Also, I have to work on a commission too. Because the whole reason the High Ghidorah meter is so far now is because, well, I was gone at home for all of Christmas break. I didn't have my computer with me. I couldn't work on it. If I had my computer, I would have been streaming. But I'll work on it. But, yeah, like I was saying, the whole reason the High Ghidorah meter is so high now is because someone ordered a commission. And I have that to work on too. So that's going to be fun. Yeah, commission. Hold on, after I make this pose, I will elaborate. This is the last pose. Focus on the face. Focus. Okay. Go into Discord. Send them to my personal server. I have one of those. Let me turn off the screen for a second. Get these out. Okay, they're still loading. Aha! Okay. Let's get these all out. 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Open with. Zoom in. Okay. I think that's it. This is my Minus One. How can I full screen this? Start slideshow, I guess? Ooh. No. It's too zoomed in. Oh, there it is. Nope. There we go. My Minus One. So that's my figure. As you can see, right there, that's where the chip is. And by chip, I mean pretty chunky portion, like, to be honest. I'm happy about that. I'll see if Nin can help me at all. If they can't, it's whatever. Worst case scenario, I just glue this piece back on. It's like, whatever. But that's it. That's how much has been removed. Whew. Does his tongue move? His tongue does move. Oh, it's on a ball joint though, so I gotta make sure it doesn't pop out. Oh. You have been missing out on Save the Earth Melee. Save the Earth Melee has just had a few hot topics. I'll show those later too. What's that? Here's the face. That one is obviously not right. Holding it in my hand, it does not look that bad. Looking at it on camera, it looks fucking ridiculous. It's the same thing with my Haya Godzilla, where you look at it on camera and you're like, oh shit, what the fuck? But then you hold it in hand and you're like, why doesn't it look the same? It doesn't look... It's apparent when I hold it in my hands, but it's not that obviously insulting like that picture. It's like the new Goku that came out, where the torso is like a different color, and it's like super absolutely obvious to tell on camera, and it looks really weird. But then you hold the figure, and you're like, why don't I see it anymore? Cameras are just built different. They see things our eyes can't. But anyways, the other eye's perfect, though. I mean, like, I kind of scored that side. That eye's perfect. Like, literally perfect. The other one is... could be better. Yeah, and like here, the rest of it I love. He is gorgeously beautiful. And he poses well. He's got nice heft to him. I like this figure. I'd like it more if that part didn't break, but I like it. Another MMS just dropped. Let me check that. It's going to be in that server I'm in. Server news? Oh, Kaiju news. Oh, hey, you're right. -1 stuff, too. I won't talk about it, though, because there's a spoiler. Yeah, movie monster series. Wow. The promotional picture has wonky eyes. Yeah, the spoiler-related thing is sick as hell. That's happening. But the not spoiler thing, that's alright, I guess. The eye on Godzilla. And the official like, if that's how the product looks when you get it, it's like, whatever, that happens. But they went out of their way to make that the promotional image. At least they're telling the truth. So there's that, I guess. But yeah, I could dry brush this. That's right. I'm getting into Warhammer now, so I actually know how to paint stuff now. I could modify my figures. I'd modify this one if I was confident enough. Just add some more dry brushing of like a sandy color, especially on the tail. There's so much sculpt here, but not that much paint. The sculpt is gorgeous. Javi's gonna review -1. The figure. He already reviewed the movie. He's gonna review this figure. And he's gonna review Monster... Oh, wait. I think he already did. Wait, did he? Yes. I think he did. Oh, yeah, he already did. And I watched it. That's right. Oh, that's right. He's also doing Chigoken Kiryu. He's doing Chigoken Kiryu -1 Godzilla. And he already did a review. He, like, just recently. Final Wars and Monster X. That's right. He didn't quote me. Because I mentioned it in one of his streams. I was like, you better review my Oshi Monster X. And he's like, I already pre-ordered it, man. And then he didn't say that in this video. And I'm like, oh, whatever. Anyways, -1. I will deduct -1 is a 5 out of 5, 5 stars figure. Take the spike chip. That is -1 star. Take the chipped spike and the weird eye. -1 star. So now he's at 4. Except, I still think that's too much. I'd rate this a 3.8, 3.7. 3.3, no. So the problem is 3.7 is right. But people are going to look at 3.7 and go, wow, that's horrible. When it isn't. 3.7 is a really good rating. As long as you don't rate every single thing that you like a 5. Because that's not how ratings work. Like when you get DoorDash or if you get an Uber, you don't just rate everything 5 out of 5 stars. If they did everything you wanted and it's just like, okay, I won't talk to you, I'll just drive you to your place, okay, boom, thank you, have fun. That's not 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 is like snacks in the back and music and air conditioning and it's going above and beyond. That's what 5 out of 5 is. It means it's literally perfect and it could not improve anymore because it is already at peak performance. So that's not what most things are that people rate 5 out of 5 stars. But if I go by that, then this minus one is like a 3.7. It has much more improvement. But that doesn't mean I hate it. I still think it's a really good figure. With that, Save the Earth melee time. Let me just go to Goji Rex's channel. Hi Goji Rex, I'm on your channel. Ooh. So there's two big things we got to talk about. The first one is this. Let's just watch it. Yeah, Monsterverse Godzilla is in Save the Earth Melee. He will be in Save the Earth Melee as his own character. Godzilla 2014. There you go. We've been revealing a lot of other stuff in Save the Earth Melee on the Discord. If you want to check that out, you should join the server. We've been posting a lot of new stuff recently. Music by Shiru Sagisu. So here's the thing. The composer for Save the Earth Melee, Zane Agon, is a huge Shiru Sagisu fan. And it might be obvious, might not be, but he makes his music sound very Shiru Sagisu-y. And I am all for it. That was his own cover of the 2014 theme with Shiru Sagisu style lyrics. Yeah, we have a composer. He makes our music for us. Zane is a goat. I love it. You should hear. Yeah, you guys need to check out his stuff when you can. It's so fucking good. I would show it here right now, but I'm pretty sure he gave me access to a playlist that has unreleased tracks, and I don't want to accidentally leak those. So I'm not going to take the risk, and I'm just going to say, guys, go look it up when you can. Zane Agon, G-O-E-N. Or he's probably in here. Community? No. Oh, yeah, here's him. And yeah, Varen. I kind of forgot to mention that. Varen's in the game. I'll let that sink in for a second. Varen's in the game. As his own character, too. Not just a skin. He is his own character. His own moveset and whatever. We're adding Varen. 2014. We've been working on a lot of shit. There's so much other stuff you guys don't know about, but I think we just figured, like, okay, I know we're, like, waiting for this release or whatever, but we have so much stuff here just ready, and everyone's like, hello, any updates? I'm like, you know what? Let's just show it. Might as well. Give them something. We have all this stuff that we can show. No reason in hiding it. 2014 Godzilla, he's done, he's ready. At least the model is. Like, there you go. Baron, for the most part, he's done. He's got much more work to do, but I mean, look, there's Varen. The other thing that's crazy is, what am I looking up? I was in.
Thought to do that.
But he has instant mobility, which in a fighting game is a little good.
They're making this look a lot faster.
I'm interested to see what other Gigan players we will see in the future, what they do with Gigan's insane mobility.
Fucking Charlie.
Oh, wait, there's even combos in here.
Watched Save the Earth Melee. Moist Critical.
2024.
Watched Save the Earth Melee tournaments.
I think Gigan could be pressing the clock a little bit more.
For like half an hour.
Good usage, like having not to worry too much about chip damage since.
Oh, good grab. Oh no, the pressure. That's honestly a cool mechanic. Because there's no set corners, but if you get them against a building, you can basically execute corner combos. That's kind of fire.
And he fucking loves it too.
DTG.
He's not just like, oh, chat, what's this? He is in it. He's all for it. It takes him a bit to realize this is a mod.
Everything.
No one told him yet. They're just like, hey, remember Save the Earth? That was a good game.
This
He's
is
like, what?
This
and
is
he
very
found this on accident,
Tekken-like.
and then someone corrects him, and he's like, and they're like, this is a mod from a fan team or whatever. He's like, oh shit, no way. And yeah, he just keeps watching.
Oh wait, there we go. There's
It's
another
crazy.
thing. Maybe it has low health. Maybe that's actually a pretty cool esport here. There, look.
This is nuts.
Who else is character? Since
These are videos I worked on. These are videos I made. My animations. And they're on fucking Moist Critical's channel. That's so cool. That's so cool to me. That's awesome. I love that so much. That's so cool. 2014 will have skins of people. That is absolutely fire that we basically get a half an hour shout out on Penguin Zero. There is a way you can play it right now. 2014 Godzilla isn't in it yet or whatever. It's still version 1.0. The version that he's watching right now is the version that you can play. And hold on, let me just show you the roster. There's a section where he shows you everyone that's in it. This is the current playable roster for now. It's these characters: Kiryu, SMG, Fire Rodan, Gigan, Jet, Megalon, Megagearus, Space Godzilla, and Destroya. All you need is a Windows PC. Once you have a Windows PC, I forgot where specifically you find it. One of our channels has a tutorial for it. Is it on Zane's channel? I don't think so. Zane's so fucking cool. He made the Hololive covers. That's so cool. Well, they aren't covers. They're completely new tracks. Save the Earth. Yeah, shout out to Zane. Hi, Zane. If you're here, I don't know. What would I look up for this? Yeah, you can use a controller. Absolutely. Because you use PCSX2 to emulate Save the Earth Melee, and you can set up a controller with PCSX2. So yeah. I'm trying to remember where the install thing is. It might just be in the Discord. I know for a fact it's in there, but I'm trying to remember if it's anywhere else too. I don't think so. That's right. No, so we did have a video on YouTube, but it was taken down because I think someone tried to make it as an excuse where, like, oh, they want you to pirate Save the Earth, the original game. But it's like, no, we aren't. We're trying to get you to get a completely different game. We're not trying to make you illegally get the original Save the Earth game. It's a brand new game. But YouTube can't tell the difference, so they took the video down. And now we just have like a Google Drive file in the Discord server. It'd be so cool if you could somehow make a limited physical release when you... I would love a physical release. Even if we can't even like make a disc or anything, just making a makeshift like case, like we just make our own case design and then print it and then put it in like a video game case cover, and I just have that. Ooh, that'd be so cool. Yeah, none of the stuff we did was inherently wrong. We didn't take... The most illegal part about an emulator is installing the ISO of the game and then playing it. That's probably the closest part to being illegal. But even then, we aren't doing that. It's a completely brand new game that's in an ISO form. It's not the original Save the Earth game ISO file. That's not what it is. So we're not really telling you to pirate a different game. That's not what it is. Save the Earth Melee in disc form. It'd be sick, but we'd also have to like... Oh, it is absolutely a mod. Kind of. Okay, so... It's a mod, but it's a mod that's so unbelievably drastic that it's a completely different game at this point. Like, it's a new skins mod. It's a completely new game mechanics mod. It's a new characters mod. It's a new retexture, everything. Everything is different. It's just using Save the Earth as the base engine. We're taking the base engine of Save the Earth, we're using it as the ground of the game, and we're just building up from that. It is essentially an overhaul, yeah. Completely remaking the game, using brand new models, new textures, entirely new mechanics, like juggle limits, teching, stuff like that. Actual combos now. We've removed the whole thing of like strengths and weaknesses, like, oh, poison and blade, and like these we got rid of that completely. Some characters just have new moves. Some of the animations are swapped out for the ones from Unleashed. Like, we figured that out somehow, and that's sick. Just the animation, like, they still function the same way as Save the Earth moves do, but just with the animation sequence of the Unleashed attacks, stuff like that. It's... Whew. Completely new, like, maps and, like, weathering, and we are going nuts into this. Like, look at this. We made 2014 San Fran. We work magic. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to do too much, but we're we're getting in a mode where we're like, okay, we gotta stop hiding in our cave and start actually showing people shit. So I kind of have to start actually doing stuff again, and I have things planned. Missions mode and stuff. We do plan on having that eventually. We want, hypothetically, the full complete game, like when we're finally done, we're like, we've done it. We've finished Save the Earth Melee. Is gonna have a story mode. It's gonna be a full-ass campaign. If we can figure it out, cutscenes too. I'd work on that. Not getting them to happen, that's someone else's job, because I don't know how to actually code through the game. But I'd work on that. Story mode will be more than just a glorified arcade mode. Pretty much. We find out new stuff every day, and we always pog, and we always go, how can we implement this into the game? Is there a thing here for Unleashed animations? Yeah, right here. We found out how to get animations from Unleashed in the game. Hey, look at his arms. He's running. We did it. I can't wait. I can't wait for us to reveal more stuff. There's so much stuff we have planned that I want everyone to see. Like on my game, Gramps. There's a lot of things that we can do with this game now. Things that ask us maybe a year ago, but things that like maybe a year ago we thought were literally impossible. One day we wake up and just go, holy shit, wait, we can do this. I forgot I have food. Good soup, Mrs. Q. So now, we are at 2 hours in the stream. Do you want to call it quits here, or maybe chill for just a little bit longer? Because on Thursdays, I don't need to be up in the morning now. I can stay here for a little bit longer. Do we want to just call it off now just because it's been like 2 hours or so? You might want to do something else now? Or do you want to maybe stay for a little bit longer? I can definitely stay longer. Ugh. Mozzarella sticks are not as good when the cheese isn't melted anymore. They're still yummy. Okay. I will stay for another 30 minutes, and then after those 30 minutes, I will ask the same question again and see how you guys are feeling. And if you say stay, then we will stay for another 30 minutes. That should work. But we have more stuff to do anyways. Like this! I want to save my Monster Arts tier list. For something else. But my other tier list is this. I made this one. My Godzilla suit designs. Look, and I even have them in order. I probably should save this for its own stream, but I don't know, we could probably do a quick version of it. GXK is not on this, and I should probably change that. I shouldn't update this. Every time a new Godzilla gets revealed, I should add it. Now, I tried to not make too many obscure Godzillas on this list. Like, ooh, what about from this one commercial or whatever? Like, no, I don't need that suit. Or like, oh, what? Like, I don't need those. I only need the ones from the main movies and the main shows, and that's it. But I was considering putting Gemstone Godzilla, because even though he is a less significant thing, where it's just like, oh, he's just in these short films or whatever, not only has that design had multiple appearances, but it is very mainstream at the moment, as in it's constantly getting new content. It was in the original Gemstone Gigan short. It was in Shin Callion as Snow Godzilla. It was in Godzilla vs. Gigan Rex. It was in Godzilla vs. Megalon. It got a movie monster series. Like, Toho is really showing that, like, we like this design and we want to keep using this Godzilla. So he might be worth it for this list. But then you have stuff like, oh, what about this Godzilla in the manga or whatever? It's like, oh, you mean the one that no one read? Or like, what about in Here There Be Dragons Godzilla or Rulers of Earth Godzilla? Like, no, I don't care about those. Those are very, whatever the third version of secondary is. Primary, secondary, whatever the third one is. Stuff like that. Or like, what is it? The live action short film suits. That's just the stunt suit for 2004. But maybe. Anyways, since this, do I want to save this for a different stream? No. Maybe my opinions will change. Maybe my opinions will change. Especially when I add what's-his-face here, too. I'll just do it now, because I want to. Wait, A, B, C... Where the hell did... C. F. Sabkdip. Actually, let's rename these. Or... Fuck, you're right, though. I should save this for something else, though. Man. I should save both. I know for a fact Monster Arts is going to be its own stream, but what about this one? Well, wait. I said 30 minutes. This is most likely going to take more than 30 minutes. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. This is going to take more. Yeah, this is already a long stream too. People probably aren't here. This will be saved. I could just show it as a teaser for that stream though. I have all the main suit designs. I have their puppets. I have their water suits. I have their animatronics. Stuff like that. The most obscure this list gets is Hanna-Barbera and GTS. That's about it. I don't dive any deeper than that. I only add them there because they were actually full-fledged TV shows. Like, that's a lot of media. Like, past that, that's like the most obscure this gets. The rest of it is, these are straight up the movies. But, I just opened my -1. Spike was disappointing. Rest of him is amazing. 92% of the figure I love. And then 8% sucks. And for those of you that know your math, 92 is significantly larger than the number 8. So I like this figure. That's how it works for me. But that's me. That's how I rate things. I rate things in percentage. where if this percent of the figure is great, then there you go. And some parts of the body might be worth more percents, but
Somebody's downloading STEM.
okay. Both of you missed it. It's the exact same spine that most people's spikes broke at. Hold on, I think the picture's still on my computer. I didn't get rid of it. Yeah! Yeah, right there. I will say though, while most people's broke right here on the spine, mine broke a lot more than most people's did. Most people's break like maybe... Where is it? So the spike goes to like... Here. Where's the drawing tool? Where's the... Open with paint. Oh my god, I haven't used this software like ever. Red. That works. Okay. So the spike normally goes out to like, I want to say here? Something like that, probably. A lot of people's figures are breaking at this spot. This spike is breaking for a lot of people. But from what I've seen, most people's copies are breaking at like here. And like that's how much is being removed. Mine is all the way down here. It's like, well, okay. Thankfully though, I found the piece. The piece was still in the box and I can just glue it back on. Should I be in the scenario where I have to do that? Absolutely not. That's stupid. But I at least have a way to fix it. I shouldn't have to fix it, but I at least can. Which is at least some kind of relief. But again, that stinks. And let's say I didn't have that piece. Then it's whatever. I could do 3 things, maybe? Either A, contact Nin Nin and see what they can do about it. 2, just sell the figure and hope someone takes it, and then like maybe try again or something, or just wait till the re-release. Or 3, maybe remake it, re-sculpt it, get putty, fix the spike, re-mold my own extension. I'm telling you, Warhammer's really helping my figure hobby. With like painting and sculpting. Warhammer's really helping me out with that. I need to get some green stuff so I can magnetize my Carnifex. Oh, Warhammer's cool. And by Warhammer's cool, I mean the parts of Warhammer that I like are cool. There's so much stuff in Warhammer that I do not care about. But the Tyranids are epic. That's what I care about. Oh, Tauntaun Arctois Kid Buu. I want Tauntaun Arctois Kid Buu. Would you recommend -1? Or, I would, but hold on. If you have the money and if you have the patience, I'd wait to see what the next -1 figure will be, because I doubt it will be that far in the future. I doubt that it's going to have to take that long before SHMA announces another -1. And if it's like Atomic Breath version or something, and they learned from the mistakes of the first release and they fixed them, because that's usually what SHMA does. I mean, maybe not with Sculpt, but usually in terms of joints and things breaking, SHMA picks up on that fast and they fix it. But, like Kong, for example, the first Godzilla vs. Kong figure of Kong, that thing was so unbelievably fragile and flimsy and breaking all the time. Then they made the San Diego Comic-Con version. I'm like, okay, we know what we gotta fix. And they fixed it. And I'd assume that that means that the new Empire Kong figure that was just revealed, even though it has less accessories than the SDCC version, and it's just the original one again, I'd assume that one of the pluses it has over the original release is that the joints are better. The joints will be better. Just because they actually know how to handle that design now. Because now that they've had experience and feedback of what that model needs to have fixed. So I'm assuming that with this -1, they're going to realize, oh shit, all these spikes are breaking. When we re-release them, we're going to change the box to fix that. Because that's not a problem of the figure. That was the box's fault. They didn't design the clamshell properly. So the spikes get smashed around in shipping, and they break. So they'll learn that and they'll go, oh shit. Especially after they get all the replacement forms to fix these spikes. I'm like, okay, we can't just keep making all these replacements. Like, if you guys want to look at SHMA in the way where it's like, oh, they're just a greedy business company that cares about money, that's something worth them fixing, because they're going to keep getting replacement form emails of, hey, we need entirely new torsos to because all of our spikes broke. And then it's, oh, that scared the fucking shit out of me. Thank you, Raccoon, for subscribing. I hope that's Raccoon. That's how it looks like it's spelled, but at the same time, I don't... It could be Raccoon. That's what I'm calling you. If you're not Raccoon, you're Raccoon here. But yeah, this -1 figure is definitely like a let's see what's wrong, and whatever is wrong, we will try to fix it. Like the box. That will be fixed. They're not that dumb. SHMA is pretty dumb sometimes. That's not something they stoop out on. When it just straight up literally breaks, and it isn't even your fault. Anyways, there's something else that was brought up. You're down a link stem, you're in Discord. 64. Yeah, like 64. I think. I don't know. I can't remember. What was wrong with 64? I never owned it. I know the 64, and then there's the 64 Emergence version. Did he have like bad joints that they fixed with the Emergence version? I can't remember. Oh. I mean, they didn't really fix that. He's still tiny. If they re-release him, if they make a new 64 and it's just upscaled, oh, that'd be cool. That'd be sick. If they re-release 64, but they just upscaled the model. Like, look, 64's back, and he's bigger, he's better, and he's too much for Mothra. Whoa! Yeah. When a figure breaks and it is SHMA's fault, they usually fix it. When figures break and they have the ability to say it's your fault, but in reality it's still their fault, they usually won't change it. As long as the figure is not broken when it shows up to you in the box, they don't care. But if it's like showing up to you already broken, that's when SHMA is actually like, okay, we can't do that. We need to change that a bit. Oh, Mechagodzilla needs more than just being bigger. Oh. I do not like that figure. Not just the size, not just the weird shoulder. I just don't like that figure, period. I do not like it. And it's not anything wrong with the character. I absolutely love Showa Mechagodzilla, but that's why I hate the figure so much. Showa Mechagodzilla is such an iconic and significant character to the franchise that if you're going to make a figure of him, you need to hold him to an extremely high standard that SHMA just did not reach. Desto, hello! You said you weren't going to be here. I got a -1 figure and that happened. Yeah, so, yeah, you repainted it, and that did help one of the aspects of the figure. The thing is, if a figure has a great sculpt, but the paint job is just absolutely shitty, the figure can still be salvaged. You can repaint it, and now it's good. When the sculpt is bad, however, when the sculpt is the thing that's the problem, like maybe amazing, like Special Color Version Ghidorah 2019. Really pretty paint jobs. Really, really nice and fancy. The sculpt is gross. You cannot save that figure. It is forever bad. Because the sculpt sucks. It's hideous. It's ugly. If the sculpt is fine, that's the most important. That's the most important part. Because if the paint's bad, you can just fix the paint. If the sculpt's bad, but the paint is good, you're fucked. Because you can't fix that. Unless you're this one guy I know who actually re-sculpted his Miragoji, or his Yuji Sakai SHMA Godzilla 2000. He actually like puttied it up, and he actually modified the head to look more like the suit. And I was like, no fucking way, you mad lad. that was sick. But not a lot of people know how to do that. And also make it look accurate. Do I think they'll make a Perfect Cell? Oh my god, they absolutely will. And I will order that as soon as it happens. A Perfect Cell renewal. And it better not look anything like the Perfect Cells we already have. Sorry, speaking of which, that just made me realize I had this whole site open. This is my figure collection. It's a website where you archive your own figures. So you get to have like your own catalog to let you know what you own. And the coolest part about it is that there's like specific infos regarding it. Like, let's say I go to Minus One. He just showed up today. Oh wait, I gotta log in. Let me sign in. Okay. I forgot to do this. So he just showed up today. I'm gonna rate him. Well, I said like 3.7 out of 5. So 7 works, yeah. That's how much I got him for. I got him at Nin Nin. It's the tracking number. It doesn't matter, I already got it. But I paid for him that day. He shipped that day. Got him sealed. So you also get to like put down the specifics of your orders. You can post pictures or whatever. What is this? Yeah, and you can see other people post images of their figures. And it's like, oh, cool. But, yes, this is all of my current stuff. That is at least on this website. Not everything I own is on this website. Like third parties and stuff like that. And like my Mattel Jurassic World things. Like those aren't there. Mostly my Tamashi, or my Bandais and my Good Smiles are on this site. This is the order I got them in. See how much I got them. These are things I have ordered. Whether they're paid off or not, these are things I have ordered. This is my wish list. Do I need to update this at all? So far, this looks right. Yeah, I still want everything on this list. Yeah, just things I've ordered. You should be showing up soon. That's gonna suck because you're kind of pricey, but you're in my BBTS pile of loot. You're in my pile of loot. I'm waiting for you, and then you. And then I will ship all 4 of you at the same time. And I'll get a cool big mega haul. Oh wait, I think I need to remove you. Yeah, I think I canceled yours. So, wished to, I don't know, 4. There we go. I was iffy on that one because I have the 4 Slice of Life shows that I watch. There's Uzaki, Nagatoro, Komi, My Dress Up Darling. And I have Marin Kitagawa. When I was asking someone, I was like, oh, they're making Marin Kitagawa again, but in cosplay. And I'm like, do I need that one though? And they're like, yeah, get it. But I'm also like, yeah, but it's also this one. And they're like, okay, you should still get it. I'm like, you aren't sure? Someone's gonna walk in and be like, hey, Sakura, what the fuck is that on your shelf? And I'm like, does it fucking matter? If you want it, you should get it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fair. So I pre-ordered it. But then I started getting so many other pre-orders, I'm like, okay, I need to start taking stuff off. And I took that one off. Because I don't necessarily need that one the instant it comes out. I can just wait for that one to come out during a sale. Yeah, I watched the Big Four. I had a marathon where I watched the Big Four. And I love all 4 of them. Right here with me now, I have 3 of the 4. Komi Nendoroid, Uzaki Nendoroid, and Marin Kitagawa Nendoroid. And Nagatoro's in the pile of loot. With Mafek's Shin Ultraman. Yeah, I watched the Big Four. I watched the Big Four, and then I watched Love is War. Which I still need to watch the movie for. I know Love is War just ended. Well, not just. It ended. And I haven't seen the movie yet. The movie came out like just a few months after I finished watching the show. I know I need to watch the movie because I absolutely loved the show. Is the 5th one Love is War? Who's the 5th one? Is it Tomo? No, it's not Tomo. That show's already over. Is it Bocchi the Rock? What's the 5th one in the Big 5? Is it that one show where they look like they're drawn like elementary kids and their heads are absolutely massive, and there's like that girl that likes him, and like he gets flustered or whatever, and like he likes her back and he thinks that it's a secret, but literally every single person in the whole school knows that they like each other even though they think it's secret? What's that show called? And they have like the huge heads. And I'm pretty sure they're high schoolers, but they're just drawn to the point that they look like they're 10. Oh, Toho's Big 5. Oops. Sorry. Or what? How does Keanu Reeves say it? I'm sorry. Save your friend or have a dinner date with Sarah's Fauna. Just Keanu Reeves sitting at the table with Fauna. I'm sorry. The Hokkaido girls. Can I look up the Hokkaido girls and not be worried about this stream being taken down? Actually, no, I'm just gonna look it up on my other monitor. Hokkaido girls. Godzilla fans hear that and go, oh, you mean like that Godzilla? Oh, she has boobs. She has large boobs. I like that outfit though. The pink top and the blue jacket and the red scarf. Huh. Hokkaido gals are super adorable. It's a Jump comic? What the? Well then. Here's the question though. Why do people call Godzilla 2000 Jerry Rivera? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I've never heard anyone call it that, but I wish more people did. Jerry Rivera? Oh, it is? Speaking of Godzilla and anime, ooh, Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8's getting an anime in April. I read the first few volumes of the manga and I was like, okay, this is sick as hell. But then I got busy and then I stopped reading it, and then I heard the anime's coming out and I'm like, okay, I'll just watch that. And these figures are cool. Wow. I have all 3 pre-ordered. All 3. I remember because Tamashi was having this cool thing for the whole week. Every day they'd be revealing new figures. Day 1, they revealed Kafka here. And I was like, oh shit, no way. Kaiju number 8's getting figures. I'm like, oh, I hope they make those other 2 characters. On the last day of that 7-day event, they just revealed these 2 and then put them up for pre-order. And was like, no fucking way. Ugh. Anyways. And then I got these two. And the best part was, this was also the same event that Gohan was revealed in. And on Black Friday, I could pre-order them on Tokyo Otaku Mode, and they had sales for their pre-orders. And so I got to pre-order all 4 of these during Black Friday on Tokyo Otaku Mode. I got so much cash back because their cashback deals are insane. Oh my god, it was so fun. And they're already paid off too, so I don't need to worry about that. So they'll just show up like fall of this year. All 4 of them. Actually, no, I think they're 2 separate shipments. Anyways, I got them locked in. I might cancel my Space Godzilla pre-order. I might. I just might. Only because I don't need him immediately. I still want this figure, and I'm still gonna get this figure. I still think it's really sick. Me canceling it has nothing to do with the reason some people don't like it. Like the whole like red spike thing, it's like, yeah, whatever. I think that's alright. It's just like having a Goku figure and then having another Goku that has his clothes all torn. That's essentially what this is. It's battle damage Space Godzilla. The problem is, if you don't own Space Godzilla yet, and this is your first chance to get him, you're stuck with battle damage Space Godzilla. You don't get your clean, generic Space Godzilla. I already have that, because I have the special color version. So, not only do I already have a Space Godzilla, but I have a more general design one. And while I still want this one, and I'm getting it, I don't need him ASAP. I already have a Space Godzilla in my collection. He's not as necessary for my collection as he is for maybe other people. So I can still get him, but I don't need him right away. I can wait for this guy to go on a sale to get him. And that is what I will do. I will wait to get him on Tokyo Otaku Mode when he gets a sale. So I might cancel my pre-order for him, where he comes out in like March or something. March or April. I think March. Because you come out next month, I think. Holy shit, does he come out next month? Wait a minute. Is he next month? Holy shit, he is! Godzilla 72 comes out next month! Oh. Oh my god, he's already coming out? That's so soon! He's coming out next month! Oh shit. Yeah, and you can just paint his spikes to be normal too. And if you can't, there's some pretty good commissioners out there that'll do it for you. I'm telling you that right now. But yeah, you can just repaint it. And I know a lot of people don't paint. They're like, I don't paint. So anytime someone mentions paint, they immediately just go, no, that's just not an option. Because that's how I used to be. I was like, oh, as soon as someone mentions paint, I'm like, okay, no, not an option. But like now I take it into consideration because I'm like, oh, painting's not as hard as I thought it was. Or, hey, I can commission someone to paint this for really fucking cheap. So painting is a good thing to get into if you can. Where do I get my figures? I get them from an assortment of places. Almost all these places up here are places I get my stuff at. E-Night, Big Bad, Entertainment Earth. I don't get Godzilla stuff here, but I do get stuff here. Otaku Mode, Hobby Genki, Nin Nin, Kabahabi. I don't get Godzilla stuff here, but I get other stuff here. Let me say specifically for Godzilla stuff where I've gotten everything. Actually, this is a good idea to showcase. It's a good way to showcase this website because it lets you know. Because I write down every single place I got these things from. What about you? Hedera. I got them for $178 on E-Night Media. Great place. I got them for under MSRP too. Mecha King Ghidorah. Got them for $245 on Kurama Toys as a pre-order. Stuff like that. Kurama Toys. What's another one? Rodan. I got them for $30 on Entertainment Earth. Got 3 Rodan for $30 each. Because they had a huge outlet deal. A lot of these I just got from like Facebook or whatever, but where are the ones that I actually got from stores? Shin, I got from E-Night Media for $133. Is eBay good? If it's a current figure, like if it's a currently released figure that's new, then eBay could be good, I suppose. Then eBay's good. If it's like a brand new figure, it's just another place you could get it good for retail. But in terms of like aftermarket figures and stuff like that, eBay and Amazon are both places you should never even consider buying an SH Monster Arts from, ever. For aftermarket, do not do eBay or Amazon. And if you had to do one, I do eBay, because very, very rarely, it's like the chance of a shiny Pokemon popping up. When a shiny Pokemon was actually rare. Not like new Pokemon games where shinies are everywhere. I'm talking about like Ruby and Sapphire, finding a shiny Pokemon. That rarity, every very rarely once in a while, eBay will have a really good deal. Which in that case you should keep your eye out. But eBay should never be your primary source for finding Monster Arts. And Amazon's weird. So you can pre-order Monster Arts on Amazon. When you can pre-order Monster Arts on Amazon, which, I mean, it isn't the worst, but it's like, why would you do that? When a figure is currently still in stock for retail on Amazon, it's alright. There's usually cheaper sites that you can get stuff on. What is it? But the best part about Amazon is that post-retail. The part in time between when the figure just came out and when it's about to go into aftermarket. When it's like, we need to sell out our stock and we're going to put up sales, stuff like that. Like Black Friday sales, outlet clearance sales. Amazon is amazing for that. Amazon is amazing for that stuff. Like, I remember they were selling Kong for like $30. Godzilla was only like $40, I think. Mecha Godzilla was only being sold for like $70. I think it was even cheaper than that. I can't remember. I just remember Mecha Godzilla was really damn cheap. Mecha King Ghidorah right now. I'm pretty sure he's going for way below MSRP. Yeah, like $237. That's amazing. His typical price is not $250. It might be now. His retail is $300, and he goes for $230 right now on Amazon. Like, that's great. Or oh, I thought he was cheaper. Who else is good here? You were having a lot of good sales. I remember that. He was going for like $130 here. I would not get Hedera here. You can find him for way better on some other places. SH Monster Arts Hedera. He's going for clearance sales in most places. I wonder if those clearance lists are sold out though. Like $130 and stuff like that. What's he on Kappa Hobby? Whoa. I forgot Kappa Hobby also has weird stuff. I'm just gonna turn off this. I'm still gonna do Kappa Hobby, but Hedera. Okay, no, he's only $180 here. I could have sworn he was on a cheaper deal though. I'm not trying to gaslight you guys, I promise. Hedera's been having sales. I promise. But yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, I see some people left. We did pass the 30-minute mark. How are we feeling right now in terms of the stream? Do we want to go for like another 25 minutes, or do we want to call it here? I can do either. I'd be totally down with either. Inspect my -1 a bit more. My goobles and gabbles. Go for another 25. Okay, we will go. That's 3 votes for I can keep going. So we will just keep going because we can. Sorry, I'm just looking for something right now. Odd. Anyways. Yeah, Amazon is a good place to get stuff when it's on sale. But that's about it. Outside of that, I would probably never get a Monster Arts on Amazon. I'd only get it when they're on like a cool sale. I have not talked about... That's a cool place that we can talk about. I haven't talked about Kujira. What's the full site name? Kujira. Why am I blanking? Kujira Design, that's right. Yeah. Talk about this stuff, baby. I've been wondering this for a while. How does Hiya Godzilla scale with SH Monster? Okay, so I do not own Mechagodzilla 21, but I'm going to tell you right now he already scales better. Because the Monster Arts Mechagodzilla is way too big for the Monster Arts Godzilla. Mechagodzilla is supposed to be bigger, but not significantly. He's only like kind of bigger. Not, I am obviously way larger than you, like they are with the figures. Or Mechagodzilla is at least like 20% larger, which is just not true. But this is a cool thing to talk about. It's on sale. I mean, not that I need it, but like just hypothetically, it's on sale. How much is it usually? I didn't know he did sales. That's cool. Toys with... Hi. Yeah, Glacius. So this is the replacement thing, I think. Oh yeah, I emailed him about the broken head, and we'll see if that works. Because he said if you have the version 1 Final Wars head, he has a version 2. He just hasn't updated the images yet, but he does have a version 2. Oops. Probably should have done that first. So I got my Final Wars head back from having it paint commissioned, and the jaw wasn't assembled when I got it back. Both the pieces were just painted separately. And then I had to assemble it myself. I didn't heat it at first. I just tried to go, okay, this shouldn't be that big of a problem. I should be able to just clip this in, right? No, it was not that easy. It was not that easy at all. I struggled a lot. There was a lot of pushing and shoving, getting one side in and then trying to get the other side in at the same time. And the abrasive force that my fingers were applying to the head were shaving a lot of the paint off. So my Godzilla head, while still looking great, has a lot of lost paint now. And also, the sculpt is still greater. It's still much better than the actual sculpt of the figure, but it could be a little bit better. And that's why there's a version 2. There's a version 2 that I think just looks better. He just updated it to make it look a bit more accurate. Because that is really my one and only issue with the Final Wars figure. It's just the head. I get this version 2 head and get it painted somehow. I think I might know who to ask to paint it. I think I know who to ask. But I don't want to ask the same person again, because this is going to feel mean. Hey, you just painted this thing for me. Thank you so much. I don't like it anymore. Can you just paint this one for me now? Like, that seems mean. I don't want to do that. But I think I know a guy that could paint it again. Someone that I have a connection. I have a connection with someone who has a connection to this person that can paint. But what was I going to say? Oh, right. Someone asked, what's my favorite kaiju? Kiryu's the easy answer. Because I'm Psychronize. And I have the Chibimaru Kiryu in my hands right now. But for now, let's just say Kiryu. If we want to get like more interesting with it, what's my favorite mech? My favorite mech is Kiryu, specifically from 2003, Tokyo SOS Kiryu. I like him significantly more than 2002 Kiryu. I like 2003 way more. But if we go, not counting mechs, what's your favorite kaiju? What's your favorite actual monster? Well then, now things get tricky. Titanosaurus is up there. It might be Titanosaurus. There's Godzilla. But saying that Godzilla is your favorite kaiju is like saying the T-Rex is your favorite dinosaur. And I don't want to do that, because that's boring. It's like saying your favorite shark's a great white shark. It could be true, and I'd understand why, but it's boring. Godzilla's the easy answer. It's the uninteresting answer. It's the obvious one. It's the one that everyone's gonna say. But who's my favorite kaiju villain? And I was gonna say Ghidorah, but that's literally my T-Rex methodology again. It could be Ghidorah though. It might be. It's definitely not Destroya. Could be Biollante. That's how I say it. Biollante. It's not Megalon. I like all these villains. I just know for a fact that they aren't my favorite. It's not Orga. It's not Kabutos. It's not Megaguirus. It's not evil Mechagodzilla. It might be Ghidorah, just because he's... Gigan's up there too, though. Gigan's whole thing is that he's never a solo villain, though. He's always... There's always someone else who's the bigger evil, and Gigan is their, like, sidekick. He's the Starscream. He's the Starscream to someone else's Megatron always. So that usually means that the other villain in the movie is more villainous, even though Gigan is already so fucking cool. Gigan's up there. If he's not my favorite, he's definitely top 3. I love Gigan. Monster X might be. I love Monster X significantly more than most people do. But that might just be bias if I say Monster X is number 1. But then again, you did say what's my favorite, not who is the best. You said specifically my favorite. pretty much, Gigan is the Starscream of Godzilla, and I think that's great. It's like how Anguirus is the Krillin of Godzilla. Strange question. Do I prefer Ghidorah being a rival or needing more than one kaiju to take him down? Gigan absolutely has the potential to have his own film, and I think he needs it. Like, yeah, there is a movie literally called Godzilla vs. Gigan, but it's not really his movie. It's just his debut film. It's the Ghidorah and it's the aliens are attacking again movie. He needed a It's Just Me movie. And he can definitely work in one. I could definitely see a movie where he's the antagonist and that's it. It could so work. Do I prefer Ghidorah being a rival or needing more than one kaiju to take him down? Technically both. I like them being rivals, but that doesn't necessarily mean I like them being evenly matched. I like Ghidorah and Godzilla being like, I hate you more than every other opponent I've ever faced. They hate each other the most. They are rivals. But Ghidorah is still clearly significantly stronger, and Godzilla needs something to beat him. That's what I like. Like, imagine Destroy All Monsters, but if they didn't just kick the shit out of Ghidorah. Like, imagine if Ghidorah didn't immediately land and just get his shit kicked in. Like, if he actually did beat the shit out of everyone and they only, like, just kind of win instead of they very clearly, obviously stomped Ghidorah. That's the Ghidorah I like. One that's clearly more powerful than everyone else around him. Like... Showa was the closest we got to that, but even then, he beat everyone up one-on-one. But as soon as they teamed up in Three-Headed Monster, it wasn't a fight anymore. They were still just very clearly beating his ass. It wasn't like, oh, now we're tied. It's, we are now significantly stronger than you, Ghidorah. Same with Astro Monster. They have one less monster on their side, and they're still kicking his ass. And then Destroy All Monsters. Remember how we beat Ghidorah with just 2 monsters? Let's bring those 2 and also the rest of the entire cast. Will Ghidorah win? What do you think? Godzilla alone could have beat him. As much as the Monsterverse wasted Ghidorah, they wasted Mechagodzilla way harder. At least in King of the Monsters, Ghidorah was the main point of the whole movie. He was the antagonist throughout the whole film. He was the bad guy of the movie. Godzilla vs. Kong, it's Godzilla and Kong fighting. And then out of literally nowhere at the end of the movie, Mechagodzilla shows up and then he's dead and now he's gone. That's it. That's all Mechagodzilla gets. He's gone. He's ruined. He's gone. He's done. It's like, really? You took arguably one of the most iconic characters in the franchise and you made him a B-plot? You made him a B-plot. Mechagodzilla is a B-plot. Like, why? I will say this, though. I know a lot of people don't agree with this, and they don't have to. I know I'm the oddball out when I say this. But I personally kind of like the idea of Mechagodzilla being reincarnated Ghidorah. Doesn't mean I think that Monsterverse Mechagodzilla is cool. I don't. I think he sucks. They handled him horribly. It doesn't mean I like that movie. It doesn't mean I like Mechagodzilla in that movie. So I don't want to hear the Monsterverse people going, yeah, see, Psychronize loves this Mechagodzilla. Yo, this is the coolest thing. Like, chill. I don't like it that much. I don't like it that much. But I kind of like the idea of Ghidorah's been defeated by Godzilla. And Mechagodzilla shows up. A robot doppelganger to Godzilla. But like imagine hypothetically, this Mechagodzilla actually looks cool and actually resembles Godzilla and isn't this weird, goofy proportioned Rock'em Sock'em robot. Like, think of it actually as a Mechagodzilla. And Godzilla immediately recognizes the energy that's in that robot. Who are you? You know exactly who I am. It's him. And it's Ghidorah. He's back. He didn't win in King of the Monsters. He lost. He couldn't win. Nothing can defeat Godzilla. Nobody can defeat Godzilla. So the only way you can is to embrace that. No one can beat Godzilla. So be Godzilla. What happened to you, Ghidorah? It's so simple. I realized that no one can defeat Godzilla. I am now Godzilla. I always like that trope when villains do that. Like the angry Jack episode in Samurai Jack. Foolish bounty hunters! No fighting style can defeat his! And he does like that devilish smirk and he's like, yes, no fighting style can defeat his. And then he just makes a clone of Jack and it's like, holy shit, they're evenly matched. You can't defeat Jack, so make Jack. You can't defeat it. Ghidorah's like, you can't defeat Godzilla? Okay, be Godzilla. You can't defeat him. I like that trope. Other kaiju could pull it off better, probably. But it could have worked. Monsterverse has some pretty good ideas. They do. On paper, a lot of their ideas seem pretty cool. Execution-wise, like 2 out of 10 actually land. They... Ugh. Like, what the hell? I did not like Mechagodzilla in GVK. I did not like his design. I did not like the way he was utilized. I liked some of the ideas they were going for, but they should not have been in that movie and not handled the way that they were. And yeah, like I have said quite a lot of times, whenever I say that his design is bad, and people say, but look, he can punch and stuff, and I love his fighting style, how he's more of a brawler. You say that as if the design and the fighting style are synonymous. You say that like if you change his design, then he can no longer fight like that. He can very well still fight like a physical brawler, which I think is cool. A Mechagodzilla that's primary offense is physical combat is cool. But you can look way fucking cooler while doing it. You don't have to look like that. You don't have to look dumb. I do not like that design. Ooh. Thoughts on GXK then? Ooh. Transformers The Last Night. The thing with GXK is, if there's going to be one part of this film that I know that they're gonna put care into, it's the fights. I know the fights are gonna be sick. The fights are gonna be awesome. The fights are gonna be dope. Out of context, forget the dumb lore and story that's going to be in the movie that tries to give an excuse for everything happening. Oh, Godzilla's hung and he needs to satiate his erection. That's why he's fighting. Like, forget all that stuff and just watch the fight, and it's going to be sick. The problem is, you need that stuff or else it's not a movie. Then it's just walk into the theater, immediately fight begins, fight ends, leave the theater. They need to have reason for this stuff happening. And this goes back to my argument before, where I was talking about Toho movies. Well, not Godzilla in general, because I'm literally talking about the Monsterverse. Godzilla movies in general. The majority of the time, when you buy that ticket to go watch that movie, you aren't buying a movie ticket. You're buying a ticket to go to an event. You're going to watch a match. You're going to watch a title bout fight. Like, that's why almost every single Godzilla movie is called Versus. You're not watching a movie about the story of this book reader who reads a book about Godzilla, and then the army brings him, and then he just stands there and watches Godzilla do stuff, and he tells the rest of the characters, Godzilla's doing this because what? You don't go to watch the movie because of that. You watch it because you want to see Godzilla fucking fight this monster. You go to the theater, and there's a movie called Godzilla vs. Tornadron or whatever. You're not going, oh, I can't wait to see the lore and how the story of this is continuing. The movie is called Godzilla vs. Tornadron. You are literally going to watch a wrestling fight. I'm gonna watch these two fucking go at it. It's no different than like watching... What is it? What's his name? It's not... It's like watching Goldberg and The Rock fight. Like, you see that advertised on TV. Monday night at 7 p.m. Be there. Watch the fight. Dwayne Johnson versus Goldberg. No, they just call him The Rock on The Rock versus Goldberg. And then you buy your ticket, you go to the event. It's not just straight up, let's get into the fight, like whatever. WWE has its lore to get into situations where it's like, hey, remember when we bet in that other match and then we talked and stuff like that, and I antagonized you, I gave you a reason to want to compete against me. They have the reason to make the fight happen. They give the characters in WWE reasons to hate each other, reasons to team up, reasons to do this and that. But all of that is just to get to the point of the fight and give it validation for happening. Otherwise, we just go, hi guys, how are you? Fight start. Okay, fight over, leave. They need to give context to the situation. And that's what a lot of the versus Godzilla movies are. It's, there is a fight in this movie. We need to get there. And that's all that stuff really is. Pretty much. It's getting you to the point of that fight. This isn't every single Godzilla movie. Like I just said with Minus One. That one is actually a movie. And it's sick. It's amazing what a Godzilla movie can do when the people are more fleshed out and they are the movie. It's crazy. That's why solo Godzilla movies are crazy. Because there's less of a title bout feel to it, and you can focus more on the actual world around Godzilla. Yeah, like, the Godzilla movies where he fights another guy, they're the coolest shit ever. Like, the rule of cool comes into play, where, like, it doesn't fucking matter how bad the movie is. That fight is sick as hell. I don't care if the plot happened, or didn't happen. Godzilla just fucking ripped that guy's organs out. Like, that's what I came here for. But you gotta look at it. A movie comes out that's focused on all of that, the monsters, explosions, and killing shit, and you are here to watch the coolest fucking thing you've ever witnessed. And people just go, okay, it's a movie, I guess. I'd rate it, I guess. Rotten Tomatoes, like 50, 60 at most. 70 at most, actually. Yeah, I'd say like 70 at most. As soon as they make a movie that actually focuses on the story, holy shit, it starts winning box office awards, starts breaking records, starts making 90% ratings, 98% ratings, starts getting nominated for Oscars. It's such a massive difference that you just can't deny. Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire is not going to be 98% critic score, 98% audience score, nominated for best of anything. That's happening. Minus One is exploding. And it deserves it. It deserves every single ounce of love and respect it's getting. But like I said, well, I don't know if I said it yet, but I say that as if the other movies are bad. And they aren't, because they're doing something else. They're serving a different purpose. They're not trying to be a cinematic film. They're trying to be an event that you watch and go, I want to watch these two monsters fucking kill each other. And that's sick. And for that, they do that perfectly. But unfortunately, if you're not trying to be a full cinematic movie and you're just trying to be a fight, you're not going to get the same awards and ratings from people that are supposed to be rating stuff like a movie. Which is like, why do people not respect these movies? Because they aren't trying to be movies. They're trying to be a sick fucking event for you to watch. That's what they're doing. That's why they don't get rated as much, because they're not following the criteria of what it does to make a successful movie. It's like you're going to a movie theater to do something that isn't go watch a movie. I feel like the stuff I'm saying is getting more in-depth as I keep talking, but the more in-depth I get, the less it makes sense. Because it gets more difficult to put into words, like whatever the hell I just said. But I know for a fact what I mean is... oh boy, yeah. I do wish he looked better. And I do think he's getting a new power-up. I can understand that. New movie, crazy shit happening, he needs a new form. I can respect that. Give Godzilla a power-up, totally makes sense. I'd probably do that too if I was on the team for this film. I'd go, we should give Godzilla a new power-up or a design. Okay, go ahead, make a new design. The specific design in question that they chose, though, I do not think was the greatest. Ugh. But it's not all bad. Not all the changes are bad. It's weird. There's a lot of changes to the design. And not all of them are bad. It's just that you don't notice the good things because the bad things are just that much more significant and overshadowing. Like the spikes on his face. Those are cool. The shape of his spikes on his back. That's cool. The Ankylosaur Thagomizer tail? I mean, maybe, I guess, if it's just a temporary power-up. Like, if he looks like that forever, that's dumb. But, like, if at the end of the movie, like, he goes, "Rah, we've defeated Scar King," and then he just, like, a Goomba hits him, and then he loses his power-up, and he's like, cute, cute, cute. That'd be fine, I guess. But his overall, like, body is so different that it makes me feel like that's just what he's gonna look like from this point forwards. Like, are you gonna tell me that the power-up wears off and then he immediately just gains all of his weight back? Like, that's not science. And don't say, oh, well, there's a universe where giant laser-breathing dinosaurs exist. Anything is possible. Like, movies still ground themselves in at least a bit of reality. if literally nothing makes sense and no laws of physics or science matter, then out of literally nowhere, every human in the world, when they hear Godzilla's coming, they'll just snap their fingers and they just turn invisible. Like with no explanation, just out of nowhere. Just, you can't see us now. What? But that makes no sense, Psychronize. Why the hell would they do that? That's dumb. Oh, well, it's the same universe with a giant laser-breathing dinosaur, so... Oh, you weren't here when I was talking about why Godzilla's skinny. It's because he's gonna fucking eat Scar King. And he's gonna get that weight back because he's starving. He was stuck in that ice, just rotting away and losing all of his nutrition. And then he breaks out and he just charges at Scar King and just fucking eats him. Okay. I think I have to call it quits now. We've been at this for 3 hours. I think I'm good to go for now. 1 extra hour than our usual streams I think is pretty nice. 3 hours. Before I lay in my bed and relax and chill and watch videos, I am going to put up a poll. Because a lot of people can't make it to Thursday streams. But I have a lot more availability now, so I can change that. I can put up a poll and let you guys vote what time of the week you guys would prefer to have a weekly stream. So stay tuned for that. Stick around for just a few minutes after the stream is over to go check that poll. I'm gonna have to look for just a few minutes to see what times of the week I am open, and then I will put those up on the poll, and then you guys can vote and let other people vote and tell them about it, because Psychronize is awesome and we must grow the cult. I am your brood lord and you are all my gene stealer cultists. That is a Warhammer joke for those of you that don't know. But with that, I am going to head out. I'm going to eat the rest of my food that's cold now. I'm going to display my -1 figure. See what I'm going to do about that. And then probably just call it a night. Thank you guys all for showing up. We got one more donation for the High Ghidorah goal. It's so close to reaching it. I don't know how much money is even required left. All I know is it's 2% of whatever $110 is. If you can do that math and you have that money, congratulations. You have won yourself a Haya King Ghidorah figure review. Because I want to get into figure reviews, and I think that would be a cool debut of the idea on my channel. And you don't have to do it during this stream specifically. You can always just use the link to my Ko-Fi, even if I'm not streaming. Just donate, and it will work, and it will contribute towards the thing. I have commissions, although I did just significantly increase the price of my video commission because I realized that I was being way too generous with the price and it was way too cheap. And I'm like, only this much money for like a full ass animation? No, I need to charge way more for that. I need to be fair to myself. So there's that. But there's still commissions for pictures if you'd like that. That's way more cheap and way more affordable. And I could just make you any poster you'd like. You get it to you and you can use it however you'd like. So there's that as well. And that will contribute towards the commission thing as well. The bar. Yeah, I have a commission thing on my Ko-Fi site for animations. I can commission animations. Like, hey, do you want to... I want to see a video of Gabara doing an Adam Sandler comedy show. And I just fucking animate that. And yeah. I see more people doing the poster commission just because it's way cheaper. Don't let the OnePlus trick you. The whole thing is that the price isn't here. You talk to me before paying this. We discuss it. And I calculate how much it will cost. And then I will tell you how much you need to pay. But for something like this, I can just straight up tell you, hey, it's that much money. $35, 4K image, 10 more bucks. I mean, it's like whatever. Pictures are way easier to make. But just let you know, these are not cheap. They are in the hundreds for sure. They are pricey. So I'd only do that if you really have a lot of money. If you only have some, I'd recommend just a poster, because the animations take a lot of time and energy out of my day and week and month that I need to get paid for them. Posters I can do very easy, simple, which is why they're way cheaper. But I make nice posters. So that's there for you guys if you'd like. Like I said, we're almost at that goal. I think that's only like less than $5. I'm pretty sure it's less than $5. And then that gets fulfilled. But anyways, I'm gonna head out now. All of you have a good night, and I will see you next stream, which will not be on a Thursday most likely, unless Thursday wins the vote, I guess, for some reason. Anyways, good night, everybody. Good night.